This is modern Earth. For eons, magic, advanced technology, and other strange phenomena have remained hidden from people like you and me. One day in March 2019, all of that changed with the Unveiling. 10-foot-tall metal insectoid creatures arrived through portals and wrought destruction. Zed, Goose, Tyke, and Carl fought the horrors, but in the chaos, a mysterious company called Ajax seized the opportunity and traded protection for power and resources. Our heroes saw them for what they really are: evil. They turned an Ajax agent named Fitz to their cause, and now they fight Ajax as they uncover the source of the attack on our realm. Welcome to another episode of RPGs Anonymous. I'm Zachary, I'm your game master. Let's meet the rest of the cast.
Hi there, I'm Aaron. I play Carl Nelson.
Hello, I am Colby, and I am also Shane Goose Bailey.
I'm Nick, and I play Ajax.
I am Jacob, and I play Tyke, who briefly forgot that Nick is playing Ajax now.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Last time, the boys were dealing with some big problems. You guys have infiltrated an Ajax compound, trying to get information about the person who killed Goose's late wife. I didn't need to say late there, that was redundant, but who cares? Trying to find the person who gave the order, pulled the trigger, all of that stuff. You've been having trouble, and you ran into a couple of horrors that were being housed ostensibly for testing purposes. Some shenanigans happened, and a giant, nuclear-powered maelstrom of energy appeared in the middle of the place that you were, and Dr. Zed gave his life to protect you and the city, if not the world at large, from that. When last we saw him, you guys conjured his spirit to give him a little send-off, and now he's gone. I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna change your name, Nick, to Ajax, because surviving Dr. Zed is his little black poodle.
Who's a bit swole from some inadvertent juice.
Yes, swole.
Yeah.
Got the magic roids.
Yeah, some alchemical stuff.
We should have all lapped some of that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously, who knows? When we left off, Zed had just disappeared into the ether, and Ajax got a final scritch from him and picked himself up and started walking towards the can opener sound that you're hearing because of the mech tearing through the halls of this compound. So before we really get fully into it, Nick, as Dr. Zed's last action as a full living thing in this world, I would like you to roll me a medicine check, if you can still find his character sheet.
Oh yeah.
I would like you to roll me a medicine.
Never disappear.
Perfect. I would like you to roll me a medicine check against 2 reds, but I would like you to upgrade your proficiency a number of times equal to your arcane stat, whichever those things.
Okay, I have to look that up. I knew what my medicine stat was.
I tricked you. Aha.
You did.
While you're doing that, because we haven't done this in a while, Jacob, do you want to pull us some tarot cards, please and thank you. While they're all doing that, just for those of you that may or may not know, in place of story points, which is a thing in Genesis Fantasy Flight Games, which use this little white die, which you can barely see because I'm very washed out. Instead of story points, we use tarot cards because Tyke, Jacob's character, is kind of into them. So that's the thing.
This is a miracle. I'm gonna send a picture to the Discord. Everybody join the Discord. I don't even know what happened. We're gonna take a picture because I don't even know what to do with this.
Is this a good miracle or a bad miracle?
Double Discord.
I don't think people usually use miracle for negatives.
I've heard it once, I think, maybe.
And it should be up there. Hey, GM, tell me what I should do, because I don't want to accidentally mess with my roll.
What is...
Do you see the problem?
What the heck? Okay,
it bounced up on top of the other die. I think it might be
Okay.
a threat.
Okay, the yellow's
okay.
a success. Why don't you just pick it up off top?
This is what I want you to do. I
Oh
want you
shit!
to
It's a despair. Can I put it back on top?
I want you to very carefully,
In the picture, the despair is very clearly on the side.
very carefully. I would like you to remove it from the thing. Tell me what the roll is that you would get on the red die. The roll is that you would get on the yellow die, and what the opposite is. What like the yellow die is touching the red die.
Oh, okay. So the yellow die is a success on top and a success on the opposite side.
Okay, so yellow die is
And
moved.
the red die is a despair.
Okay, go ahead and just place that yellow die back on top of that red die for me, and pretend that red die
Okay.
doesn't exist. I've seen that
Okay.
literally
Have a
one
loophole.
time before.
If you manage to get a die to fall on top of another one, you can cancel one of them out.
This
Look, here's the thing.
goes towards me throwing dice as hard as I can on my desk every time.
Here's the
Get 'em to
thing.
bounce.
I gotta ask how we've got. So Nick, you've been playing tabletop RPGs for like 30 years. Aaron, you've been playing for like 40 years. Jacob, Colby, you guys have probably been playing like 10, 15, 20, something like that. I'm right around there too. We have like a
That's
combined.
generous. I'm sitting
That's
around
so-
7.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right.
I've
So
never had
20
that
between
happen.
you, sure, whatever. I'm being generous. We have like 80 years of experience, if not 100 between all of us. How many times have y'all seen that happen before?
Never.
Never. I've seen it.
not very-
I've seen it
I
once in
think I've
person.
seen it maybe once or twice.
I've
Hmm.
only
I didn't
seen it
think that
happen
was
with D6.
Yeah, D6s. Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
it. D6s.
I don't think I've ever seen them on anything higher than a D6. I think
Yeah,
I've
never-
seen
never on a
D6
12.
stack, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely never on 12.
Yeah.
I think the reason we see it more with D6s is because you roll a bunch of D6s at a time,
Yeah.
usually,
Yeah.
especially with D&D. So if we've seen it like 5 times, maybe 10 at most between our, 60 to 100 years of experience playing this game, then that has to be respected. Like that is a
It's the power of affiliate, folks.
yes, that's the power of affiliate. Yeah, man.
Okay, well, count them out with me. We have one canceled out, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes and
Successes.
an advantage.
I think it's.
if we're
I
not
think it's-
counting.
Well, we're. Oh yeah, because that's a failure. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. We're not counting the despair at all. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes. 5 successes because of the
5.
failure, and 1 advantage. Do you add anything to that afterwards?
Yeah, so Zed's got some skills.
Yeah,
talents.
pretend.
That's what they're
Yeah.
called.
Because this is Zed's last act. This is
So,
the final Zed
Apothecary
down.
heals 1 wound for each rank in Apothecary. I have that once, so that's 1 wound. And Surgeon, rank 2, when Zed makes a medicine check, the patient heals 2 additional wounds. So add 3 wounds healed.
Okay, so that means I believe y'all are going to heal 8 wounds and
Holy
1
cats.
strain. All of you, including
Oh,
Ajax. You will all heal 8
Sweet.
wounds and 1 strain. So as
Oh, wow.
Ajax picks himself up, I think he takes a couple of steps and then just falls back to the floor. He is a hurt, broke doggo.
Yeah.
He's been through damn near literal hell because of the maelstrom, and he fought a mech, horrors, I escort people. This dog's been through hell, and he's been magically like enhanced, but that doesn't make much. So he just collapses, and then I think there is this swirling golden energy that sort of like swirling golden energy that begins to coalesce around each of you very slowly. This includes Tyke inside the mech, Goose, and Carl, who I believe you guys are like stumbling around behind things. Ajax, who's collapsed on the floor. Then we also have the unconscious Fitz and the scientist dude that you guys saved. All of you see this like swirling golden energy around you, and your wounds are healed. Well, up to 8, and you get a strain back as well.
As we left, Carl had grabbed Fitz and was heading out of the room, basically nonchalantly ignoring Zed's disappearance because Carl summoned him and Zed's not gone, according to Carl. So
Carl's in
kind of
denial,
ignoring it.
is what you're saying.
Who knows?
Carl just doesn't see Doc is gone, man.
He did appear to you in a vision, and he just healed you.
It's just a
He
whole
can
nother
summon him anytime he wants.
whole nother part of the deal when you get this nice little healing. It's just a thanks, Doc.
Plus, what's easier to believe in this crazy, crazy time, that the person that you still saw just a moment ago, and who just healed you is still alive, or that they're gone forever?
That does put me out of the line of sight of seeing Ajax fall, though, because I'm picking up Fitz and heading out after the
Yeah,
mech.
I think once that happens, I assume Ajax will pick himself back up and start moving forward. What does Ajax do here, Nick?
Yeah, so he's got a crippled hind leg right now, and so he's gonna just pick that back leg up and limp after everybody because these are all his friends. If there's anybody still in the room, he'll walk over to them first. I think Goose is still in the room.
It's Goose.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he'll walk over to Goose and just kind of lean against you a little bit.
Just do that very dad thing of patting him on the side really hard.
Oh, it's so cute, pupper.
Thump, thump, thump.
And I think you all, because you all have these IS Corp HUDs now. Tyke, you are beginning to come conscious, and because of that, you all get Dan's voice in your HUD that says, "Okay, so I think I found the place. Also, there's some bad news about that, but I think Tyke is waking up." And Tyke, that is the first thing that you hear when you come back conscious. And for some reason, Fitz and the scientist dude are both still unconscious.
Hmm.
And I think Fitz is over Carl's shoulder. The scientist dude is just kind of laying there, I think, at the moment.
I think I've decided to give Tyke the nickname Aurora.
Aurora?
Yeah,
What?
it's the name of Sleeping Beauty.
Oh.
Man. Zing,
Yeah,
got him. Oh boy.
Ajax, just when he hears you say that, opens his mouth and his tongue just lolls out. He starts panting, kind of like a dog laugh.
So yeah, apparently there, Dan has found the server room. Tyke, you're seeing this. So there is a weird like image of Dan on the cockpit window, so it is a little bit obscured at the moment. So if you want to step out or open the cockpit, you can like see what's going on in there, but right now it is obscured. And then what are the rest of you doing as well?
Well, do you want my tarot cards?
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Yes.
Yeah, pause. Let's do
Okay.
that.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this, and then yeah.
Y'all need that.
So yeah, I drew for the past the Two of Wands, which is riches, fortune, opulence, magnificence, grandeur.
Said in the most monotone voice possible.
Yes. The most boring, lackluster voice ever.
Hello,
My
good.
voice.
Riches, opulence, excitement.
Bueller.
Wonderful
Yeah, and
things
then-
happening.
And then I drew the lovers. Attraction, choice, love, romance, erotic experience, physical attraction, connection with soulmate, relationships, romance.
Okay. Is that present, I assume?
Yep. Think I'm
Your
gonna
sister's
fall
gonna
in
be
love.
real
Save
sad about
Sam.
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, I was about to say, I think I'm gonna fall in love with a robot, but that makes a lot more sense.
Aren't you already in love with Robot? I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah. I guess the car's name is Cindy.
The car's name is Cindy.
Oh God.
Yeah, and then I drew the chariot. Moving forward, self-discipline, drive, ambitions, progress, overcoming obstacles, travel, success, victory, willpower.
That's how we got Cindy the first time.
Okay. Oh, that's pretty sweet. That's going to be another Cindy. We have Mech and Cindy.
You
That's
guys
the
have a Cindy.
The Mech
relationship.
and Cindy are gonna fall in love.
The Mech and Cindy are going to
That's
fall in
the
love.
love.
Okay. Which
That's some good stuff. That you can't.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Which-
it's
okay.
faded in the card.
because I think Dan lives in the Mech now. I think it's Dan and Cindy that would be falling
It's
in
Dan
love.
and
Dan
Cindy.
and Cindy. Yes.
Yeah, because Dan lives in the Mech now, basically.
that's a sitcom spinoff of this
yeah.
whole
Instead
adventure.
yeah, that's our WandaVision.
That's
Cindy
our
Dan. or
WandaVision.
whatever.
Yeah, Cindy
Oh my
Dan.
god. All right. So yes, Tyke, you are waking up, and you hear Dan speak over the HUD, sort of in like double speak because it's coming over your HUD now too. That there is a problem with the server room, and he also mentions that you are waking up and that all everybody should probably come see what's going on because there's stuff that we got to deal with. What do you do?
And so I can't see outside of the mech, right?
At the moment, no, because he Dan has put this like hollow image of himself there, and he's like going around. And he's like, you can see right now, he's got like his wrist up, and he's like talking into it, like a wrist communicator thing. And he's like doing all this stuff. So that is basically completely opaque to you. You cannot see through it.
What the hell is going on, Dan?
Oh, good morning. Thanks so much for the invite and for giving me zero information. And for going unconscious right after that. I really appreciate it. Why don't you just take a look for yourself? And he disappears off the thing and opens up the cockpit, and you see you're in this little server room. The mech still has its arms grabbing to the sides of the wall, and it has pulled the things over, but the arms are now like just stuck there at the moment. It's not like they're stuck, but they're just like stopped, because inside the server room you can see these banks of servers, but there are these bands of purple energy weaving through all of the servers and is just pulsating, and it looks horrifying. Nothing is destroyed, but it is just like the whole, like every single bank of servers, every single server bank has like a band of this purple energy going through it, and it's just pulsing, and it's really freaking out.
I think what happens is the camera sort of pans back around to me, like after looking at the servers. It's a single shot, and it just like spins around, and what it really captures is how tired I look.
Yeah,
Like there
it
are
just
bags
looks-
under my eyes. There's like blood coming out of my nose. I'm just like beat up. I look like
yeah.
the most
Yeah.
tired, however Tyke old is ever. And I think it kind of zooms in a little, and it's just like shit.
And then I think we cut over to everybody else. Carl, you are hoisting Fitz through this like pathway through the
Pathway of wreckage.
that the mech has created. Goose, you and Ajax are in the room with this unconscious scientist dude. What are the three of you doing?
How much do we actually trust the scientist?
Ajax will turn his head and look at you.
Carl?
Carl's like in another room by now. He's walking towards the mech
Carl!
with Fitz.
It's more like Carl, because he's like 40 feet ahead of you. It's not like but yeah.
I'm not in another cave.
Oh my
it's another
goodness.
room.
Also,
That's a good
also got to think. All of
Does
the
Fitz
corridors
use a
have just been.
BlackBerry?
No, he does not use a BlackBerry.
I don't
Oh
know. I
my
can kind
God.
of picture it.
Oh,
I got that too.
if he does, it's like a BlackBerry that he's like super retrofitted to be able to do a bunch of other crazy bullshit. Who knows?
Quick 2-second side rant. I used to have a off-brand BlackBerry in high school. My friends told me I had a Blueberry.
Aw.
That's funny. Yeah. I mean, it's also like mean, but it's funny.
So Carl
Ajax
turns
is
around.
going to.
Carl
Go ahead.
turns around at your scream. What?
What do we do about the scientist?
Leave him. We told him we'd get him out of the room.
It's true. You did technically tell him to get him out of the room.
Ajax is going to sniff the scientist for snacks. Does he have anything in his pockets?
Normally I would roll for this, but he 100% does have snacks in his pockets.
Unless you wish to
Ajax is
carry
eating
him,
his
but
snacks.
he's pretty much the reason we're all kind of in this magical whoop-de-doo as we are now. He started breaking stuff.
Yes. Can I look around and find like a pen and paper in the, I don't know, some room anywhere? Leave them a
Yeah, sure. I mean, you guys right now, you guys are in like the offices area anyway. So yes, you 100% can.
All right, yeah, just scribble a note. Just whatever you do, remember we saved your life. And then I fold it up and stuff it in his pocket and walk off.
Okie dokie.
Ajax
I'm gonna
licks
use
him across the face and walks away after
Okay,
eating all of
cool.
his snacks.
I'm going to use a card here. You guys won't know about what's going on, but I'm going to use a card. I'm going to use the present card that we rolled. The past. Passed by, vanished, disappeared. Because that makes sense. There'll be some shenanigans about that, but that's going to happen behind the scenes. All right, very cool. So I assume you guys go up and catch up to Tyke and the mech and Dan and everything then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you guys see this same scene. The server room has been found. It is, you know, like you wrap around through all this stuff, go through the corridors that the mech is cleared for you. You get to the server room and you see it is just pulsating with these purple bands of energy.
So I got a quick question.
Yep.
Who's in
Sure.
control of the mech right now? Me or Dan? Okay, I think it's funnier if it's me right now. I think when they get to the server room, I'm just going, shit. Shit.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
just like,
shit,
yeah, like
shit.
so it's just this giant mech just going, damn it.
Yeah, and I think
emoting
good.
so
Good.
I think
Throwing
it's
his
kind of
arms
a
up in the
react.
air for
up
those
in
of
the
you
air.
listening to the podcast.
Yeah, I think yeah, I think it's sort of reacting based off of your mood. So it is just like punching like the wall and like tearing pieces down outside of the hallway. And you're just like ripping stuff apart and like shouting and jump like ambulating your arms. Yes. Yeah. So this mech is just
almost
causing
cartoonish. Like if we had had a
he's the
real
Hulk.
life depiction right now, it like suddenly cut to like anime cartoon or something.
Yeah, it'd be like chibi. It would go to the like chibi tantrum like style where it's just like running around and like the steam and the big head red and all that. Yeah. Yeah, it would be very cartoonish. And yeah, so I think going forward, unless you don't want to control the mech, you can control the mech. Dan's not going to get in your way. It's just Dan is there to give you the option to make it autonomous if you need to. So, and if we get into combat, I'll give you the stats for that thing.
Dan? Are you okay, Dan?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. I'm just dealing with minor crises outside. Now, actually, once we deal with this crazy thing, I gotta.
Why are you running around screaming?
Oh no, this is Tyke now. I told you he's awake. He's controlling this thing. This is not me. I'm not about that life. Okay, I'm a chill dude.
It's the purple crap. The purple stuff. It was in my head. It's in the machines. It's in all these machines. I don't know what it is, but it's bad and it's annoying. And it'll explode at you.
Yes, and of course, him having said that, when you guys see this, it looks very much like the purple bands that were around him when he was unconscious.
Hey, Dan, I have a question for you. Since you've been a part of this facility longer than, any of us, and the person on my shoulder is asleep, is there a medical kit around here, first aid supply, somewhere on this floor nearby that we could go and access and wake Fitz up?
Oh,
I'm assuming there's
boy.
going to be some smelling salts or something in there we can just rub on him.
You guys really, really tend to expect things that are just unreasonable. I was the AI for one room.
Tell me where it's at.
One room. I don't know where anything is outside of that. Do you understand how limited? Okay, maybe you don't. Maybe that's the problem here. You guys don't understand who you're dealing with. That's the issue here. I've cracked it. You don't understand who you're dealing with. You think this is just some crazy set of corporate BS people, but that is not the case. Think, I don't even know. You could come up with
What's
some
the purple
fictional.
stuff? What's the purple stuff? Do
Carl
you know
points
what
at the purple stuff.
is? No. I say, do you know what the purple stuff is? And I like point at myself. Like I sound insane right now.
Wait, I have a surefire way to wake up Fitz. I give him a wet willy.
Oh my god! Roll a medicine check against 4 reds.
You want to?
No, okay, that's too severe. That's too severe. That's too severe. 2 reds and 2 purples.
Am I going to give him a brain aneurysm with some despairs?
Probably not.
All right,
but yeah, and I think during
1 green.
While you guys are doing this, Dan is just ranting. Dan is just absolutely ranting about IS Corp and about you guys and about your like gung ho attitude and like all of this.
What does dark energy smell like?
Holy crap! Holy crap!
Oh, the camera's
What?
getting moved.
What?
Look at this.
What? I don't.
1 success and 4 threats.
Are you kidding me?
Wait. What was it?
This is one success and 4 threats.
This is not okay. This is not okay. Do you guys understand this?
1 wet willy to the rescue.
Yep.
Oh, and
He
Fitz
heals
wakes
1
up.
wound.
And Fitz wakes up
Yeah,
on
heals
my
1
shoulder.
wound. All right, yeah.
Brought to you by
Fitz brought to you. Okay, that roll brought to you by YooHoo. If you don't sponsor us after that, you never will. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Fitz is going to wake up. He's bleary-eyed. He's confused. He's dazed. He is not like fully lucid, and he won't be for like a minute. But he will start to wake up because of the perfect and immutable power that is a wet willy.
Guys, I don't know what it is, but this has never not worked.
Oh my god!
I'll set him
Ajax,
down on
roll
his
me-
feet and hold him until he's steady.
Roll me a let me look. Let me find out.
Sure.
Perception could be streetwise. What do you have? What kind of I haven't looked at Ajax's character sheet. What kind of stuff do you have?
Survival. So he's basically just a watered down soldier. So I have athletics, coordination, perception, resilience, survival, vigilance, a lot of brawl, and that's it.
Okay, so I guess the question is then, what kind of information are you trying to glean by sniffing this stuff?
I don't know. Like maybe just like, I don't know, is it grape flavored? I'm Ajax, I'm not that smart.
Okay, just some general stuff. So yeah, I would take either survival or perception then. Okay. Whichever you prefer to do. And I think this is going to be...
How hard is this?
Yeah, that's the question, man, for real. Gosh. So you're not being directly opposed. So I think it'll be 1 red and 1 purple. Sure.
Okay. That is a success and 3 threats. 2 threats.
Okay.
1 cancels out.
Okay, so we've already sort of established that Ajax, for whatever reason, I don't know why I decided this is a thing, Ajax can kind of smell magic. That's like a legit thing that has happened at least 2 different times. So Ajax can kind of smell magic. So your magic senses are popping off. This thing smells like magic. And what's worse is it smells like really dangerous magic. That is like really powerful. Really powerful, dangerous magic. If Zed was still around, you would be definitely trying to warn him. In fact, you may want to try and warn the others. I don't know.
Hackles rise up.
Yep.
And he
What
does
is it,
the
boy?
point.
What is it? Timmy in a well?
What?
Oh God, guys, we can't start drawing the. We can't start drawing the.
Is Ajax part of the telekinetic or telepathic.
Oh
connection?
yeah, absolutely. Sure,
Yeah.
I'm awake now. Now you all have telepathy talk.
Okay. Hold your frickin' horses.
Zach's broken again.
I have to make you roll for that. Adding Ajax. Yes, I have to make you roll for adding Ajax. He's a dog. Otherwise, it'd just be like,
Cobb's check.
oh my gosh. It can't be that hard though.
What
I'm gonna.
what am I rolling?
I'm gonna call it
easy check last time to link us all up.
Yeah, it would have been easy. I think I made you roll for the very first time, and then you could just do it. I'm going to do the same thing with Ajax. Obviously, you can do it with everybody, but this is so you can understand Ajax. I'm going to put it at hard because he's a dog, because you are literally translating dog thoughts into human thoughts. And then I'm going to upgrade it twice because you guys are in IS Corp. So 2 reds, 1 purple.
Wait, I don't think we're asking to actually understand each other. We just hear his barks in our head.
Wait.
Are we?
Yeah.
Are you like? Okay, that's the question, though. Are you asking to understand him, or do you just want to hear his barks and growls and stuff in your head? Because you're all right there anyway. You can hear his barks and growls in his head.
I mean, we want to understand him, but the big question is, would Tyke think that when he links him in?
Yes, he would.
Also,
of course he
makes
would.
a good point of Ajax being smarter than Goose to begin with.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Where have we drawn the line up to this point, especially with Tyke? Where has Tyke drawn the line? We haven't ever drawn a line. Tyke would definitely be like, oh, I want to understand this dog.
Tyke's been asleep most of the time.
Oh, dude, I'm just going to hack the
Ajax's
mech. No, I'm going to hack the mech to use some kind of stupid AI neural net translating thing to just like take Ajax's thoughts or his barks or whatever. It's going to be like totally up or like with the translating collar.
I have to make that harder, but you will have like your tech bonuses. So I think it'll like, I guess it will I'm going to make it the same. I'm going to make it basically the same check. I'm going to make it daunting instead of hard. So 2 reds, 2 purple, but I'm going to add 2 black because this is absurd. And I don't think that this tech exists, but you do get all your tech bonuses on top of that. So this is probably a wash.
Have you ever watched
Yes,
Up?
but Up is fiction. Come on. If that tech existed,
it's a fictional universe where
Yes,
anything we make up is made up.
oh my God. But almost
My
all
wife
of
has
that
a YouTube
tech.
channel where a dog like walks around and pushes buttons to tell the owner what it's thinking.
Yes. And this is an above averagely smart dog. Otherwise, I'd be making this freaking formidable and upgrading it way more times. So this is still probably a slam dunk for you.
Nope. I failed. It was a wash. It was
How?
Even with auto-generated successes and all that?
Yeah.
Wow.
How?
Because it was
Ajax
exact.
is too smart for the computer.
You gave me a challenge that. What is? How do I get out of this app? Okay. Or this,
pay for your apps,
dude. No
Pay
joke.
for your apps,
Like,
folks.
All right.
okay,
all right,
that one was in a different language, so like I had to just guess which word was close. Anyway, but yeah, so with the auto like generated successes and because you gave me a challenge that was this is weird because your challenge rating was was exactly comparable to my dice pool.
Okay.
So it like completely neutraled out.
Okay.
You,
all right.
You gave me the perfect level of difficult task. It's something just outside of my ability.
This is what I will do for that then. This is what I will do. Because this feels like a win for me. Even if it isn't really, it feels like a win for me. So you are struggling, you are sitting there and
I also
Goose,
pass out again. I guess I should have thought about that.
Oh my gosh.
No, I shouldn't
No,
pass
it's
out.
the end of the encounter. You can do a thing.
You know,
to
this
recover.
is like a passive thing that I'm able to do.
Yeah,
I don't pass out. Yeah,
it's a
But also,
it's a wash.
the end
So
of
don't
the
pass
encounter.
out.
You can make a discipline uncontested to recover strain.
Oh, can I?
Oh, that's actually a good
well-
point. You guys can do some rest rolls if you want. So here's what I'm going to do with this, because again, I'm technically going to give you what you want, but this still feels like a win for me. Because
It only speaks in German.
no, it's much more satisfying for me personally. You are struggling with this, and you get a whole bunch of error message, and I think Dan stops his rant about like you guys being like short-sighted and dumb and a bunch of crazy stuff happening outside that you haven't even talked about, and he starts ranting about how you're doing insane things now with the server and the mech, and like he can't even access the outside because you're busy doing like trying to translate dog stuff. And Goose, you see Fitz bleary-eyed rub his face, look around. He hears that this is going on, and without speaking, he just like gets up, and he has the like half closed eyes that a person who is like half asleep does. He walks over to the mech and pulls out like a little compartment thing that creates that pulls a keyboard. He starts typing a little bit, presses enter and pushes the thing back in, and then Tyke, while you're trying to futz with all of this, you see a program pop up that is Fitzsimmons dog translator 5.7 and in parentheses prototype, and it loads and immediately it starts translating Ajax, and then Fitz like goes over to the corner and slumps and like just collapses to rest. So there,
Oh my god!
you
made it a victory for you.
Yes, I did. Thank you very much. So now you have Fitz's prototype dog translator program running on the mech. So
I don't want to run it.
Oh,
it's already running. It's already
It's time
running.
to be petty.
So you want to shut it off now?
I turn it off.
Ah.
So
Not too much. I no,
so for-
like legit.
No, this is great.
That,
This
No,
is
it's
great.
good. This is good.
So for 4 seconds, you hear this voice come over through the mech for just like 4 seconds while the program is running. Nick, what does it say? What is Ajax like trying to say here? Basically, give me like 10
Bad
words.
smell.
Okay, so it says bad smell. There's a bad smell. These bands are bad, and then it just cuts off as you close
Danger,
the program.
point.
And yeah, and you guys just hear grr, bar, grr, rar, rar, as it cuts off, and Fitz opens his eyes again and like shakes his head, and then just like slumps down and just collapses. So yeah, what do you guys do?
Dan, can you get into these servers and save the lectures until this is over?
Okay, all right.
Does that feel reasonable? You can still lecture us. Just now's maybe not the time.
Is that a promise? Because you need it really badly. Okay.
Pinky.
It doesn't matter. Just no. I'll just no. I can't. That's all. I'm not going to get into the details. No,
Dan,
I can't. Yeah.
can I get into the servers?
What?
I know I haven't solved dog translation, but
Yeah, can Aurora get into the servers?
Oh god, you killed Zach. He froze. Oh no, he's moving.
I have no. That's Dan. That's frozen. I have no answer to that. You all are the most insane people. You should all be in therapy. Lots and lots of therapy. Do you? I don't even understand.
Huh?
okay.
Oh my goodness.
Another question: do you know what this purple crap is?
No, I don't. I don't know what it
Oh.
is. Apparently, it was on you earlier. I have no idea. I haven't seen it before. No. Do you have any other questions that I can't answer?
Nope.
Can I just walk over to Fitz and crouch next to him, pat him on the head, and say, "Hey, buddy, this is why you're here."
What?
Yeah.
What do you?
Yeah,
Ajax will
it's a
go
hard
and
day,
just,
isn't
like,
it?
Lick him
Yeah.
all over the face until he wakes up all the way.
So Goose, you're telling me that I'm here, a person who has a few technical degrees. I'm here to bust through some crazy random energy beams that I have no idea what they are. That's my job. You're making that my job.
Well, it's not my job. Carl, is it your job?
I mean, I can hit
Yeah.
stuff, but I don't think I can get into the servers. I thought Fitz was to get into the servers, but I figured the purple stuff is new. I mean, that popped in like 3 rooms ago, so...
Yeah.
Who-
And Dan said it's not his job, and Tyke said it's not his job. Ajax, do you want to do this, boy?
You know, the first time we saw the purple stuff, it was on Tyke. I think it's Tyke's job.
Okay, so can I do my discipline check to regain my strain?
Yeah. If you guys want to take a second, everybody can.
No, I already did
you
that.
guys
Okay,
are, okay, cool.
and like narratively, like, okay, let's all take a minute and just breathe and just think about what we're doing.
Yeah. I think that's a good point. I think Fitz will say. Fitz will
Okay,
say,
I got 2 successes and 3 advantages. What does that mean?
I think that's 2 wounds and 3 strain. Is that right? I don't actually know. Nick, you're the rules guy.
For the discipline?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it is. 2 wounds, 3 strain. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So Fitz will say yes. I can help at some point when I have access to the servers. I don't know what that is. Among us, I am not one of the ones of you that can do magic. When the servers are accessible, let me know. Until then, I'm going to take a minute. I'm going to take a breath.
Okay,
I'm gonna sit
I've got an idea.
All right, buddy.
I
Pat his head.
I want to use the chariot card, and so that I suddenly know. Yes, I suddenly know what needs to be done to combat this purple thing. So the only place I've been able to fight this purple thing is in like my weird cyber hallucinogenic whatever's going on while I'm passed out. So I'm gonna put out the hand of the mech and and tell everyone to like grab a hold.
I mean, does it help that I told you this is your fault?
So
It does.
Wait, is this
It
about
does
to
help.
be
Will you take my hand?
Is this about to be the end of the anime where all the friends link hands and overcome evil?
Yes,
Oh, I
that's
was
what I'm
thinking
really
Guardians of
hoping
the
for.
Galaxy.
I want to take us all into the cyber world to fight the purple.
Oh boy.
I grab his hand.
To fight the purple.
To fight the purple.
Ajax, sensing that Fitz is really down and just like his computer's been blown up and all that stuff, is just gonna lay down and put his head on top of his massive horse-sized head on Fitz's lap and just look up at him.
If we're using magic, I'm going to use the crook to hook onto the mech.
He'll pet you and say good boy. Okay, so let me just for 1 second, let me just get this straight. Tyke, you are taking Carl, and Goose into the Cyberverse to battle the purple.
Yes, I have no idea. That's why I'm using the card.
I just want to make sure the answer to that was
Because
yes.
this is some just because there's no pre-established like
What are we doing?
Well, when you say it that way, it sounds ridiculous, Zach.
Like I can't think of a precedent for this, so I'm really just making this up.
There's been no precedent for like the last 10 episodes.
Oh,
right.
well, I mean, I could take them all mentally in. It's not like we all like. I always just like. So I'll just like astral project all of us into the cyber world.
Yeah. Okay. So I think
before he does it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So are you in?
So you don't fall down.
are you including Ajax in this or not?
Oh
Is the
yeah,
question.
everyone.
Everyone.
Well,
Okay. So everyone.
Maybe
Yeah.
before we do it, hey Dan, control the mech and maybe protect us if anyone comes up.
Oh, I was gonna bring
Great.
Dan in with us, but okay.
We need someone out
Okay.
here.
You want me to
Yeah,
go
someone
with
has
you
to
on your
watch the
psycho
mech.
trip, or do you want me to sit and watch the mech? I don't really care at this point.
Yeah, watch our bodies. That makes sense.
Great, cool. I'll be your babysitter.
I've
Yeah,
missed
have
this
fun
ass.
storming the castle. Enjoy. Bye, boys. Okay, so you're gonna roll
My
me
babysitter
projection.
never had abs like that.
Please tell me he's still wearing a nice sweater V-neck.
Pink shirt.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, he is still on the little image thing. He is still wearing a deep pink V-neck.
Yeah.
With really tight pants, beautiful like couture sandals, and I think he had, I forgot what else he had, but that's what Dan is wearing. Okay, so I think this is definitely this is definitely projection. I'm gonna set the base difficulty, because you've done this many times. The base difficulty is average. but you are bringing in Carl, Goose, Ajax, and Fitz with you. So that's four extra upgrades. So that starts it at 2 reds, 2 purples.
Goose, do you have any way to add dice to him?
Not for this, no.
If I had to be honest, I think I actually goofed up the roll earlier, and I should have had an extra yellow, but whatever.
That's okay. It's fine. I think this is the max difficulty, actually. Just in thinking about it, I think it's 5 reds. Yeah, because I was just thinking, because you are being directly opposed in this particular instance, I think it's 5 reds. But no other shenanigans that I know of. You'll take a blue die for the chariot, and if anybody else has anything they want to add, let me know now. I know, Carl, you said you wanted to do something with the crook and the flail.
I was using the crook as my attachment to the mech, because if we're doing magic, I'm going to use magic. Okay,
I'm going to assume that means you're like trying to help him, basically. So it would. I'm going to. How many? What is your primal skill?
My primal is 5.
What?
What?
I while we were talking, I deconstructed and found out that I had not used 55 of my points. So I just bumped my primal up. I still have 15 sitting here.
That's really awesome.
So we'll be using his primal skill. 5 yellow dice, Jacob.
So
it wouldn't be 5 yellow. It'd be
4 yellow and a green.
If that's better than your projection, then upgrade. Instead of using your projection, use 5, basically.
Okay. Yeah, that is better than my projection. Which is kind of embarrassing. I thought my projection was pretty stupid high, but okay.
And then, does anybody else have any shenanigans they want to try and add?
Normally, my touch of fate just for rolls that I do. Can I give it to him for this session?
What does it do?
Add 2 blue die to any one check.
Sure, yeah.
Oh
we'll do it for now. You guys are using a card.
Just so you know where I'm at right now, I'm at 4 yellow, and I guess a green. Is that how that skill works?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. And
what's your
without your touch of fate, I'll have 3 blue, and I'm also going in with a default success.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you still want to add your touch of fate?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's why.
Yeah,
okay.
with reserving the right to not allow you to do this in the future. Yeah, you can totally do that. Add 2 blue die to it as well. So I should just have that be the blanket disclaimer. I reserve the right to change anything that I let you guys do if it becomes too ridiculous.
Yeah. All right. Well, this might be really too ridiculous. Let's see what happens. This is
Who knows?
Many dice.
You could still fail. That's a
lovely sound of
I got
in and
one. I got 1 triumph and 2 successes.
Yes. Everything else is a wash?
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Wow.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Wait, is that a wash including the 1 success the triumph would have generated?
No, everything else washed out.
Two successes and a triumph, right? 2 successes and a triumph is what you got.
Yeah.
It's just okay. So here's the thing. Tyke has seen this place before, and is used to it. None of the rest of y'all have. Obviously, your players have, but I think this is going to be maybe the trippiest, most disturbing thing any of you have seen. And I want to know what it presents like to the rest of you. Obviously, we know what it is for Tyke. It's this weird cityscape thing that is made out of tech components, and there's weird stuff going on. I want to know what it looks like to everybody else, because I think Tyke has put himself in this weird psychotic place that understands this, and that's why he's able to do this. I don't think that's the truth for the rest of you guys. I think this is really, really tough. What do y'all think what do y'all think that looks like?
I'm imagining the scene from Guardians of the Galaxy 2 where they're jumping multiple times in a row. Yondu and Rocket.
Yes. That's good.
So are we interpreting this individually is what you're saying, Zach?
I don't know. I'm interested in it being like a Tyke verse and an everybody else verse. I think, and like everybody like deciding what like that everybody verse is. So I think very much.
Carl has a deep invested time spans of his life into Sequest DSV shows. I would think the inside of DSV with a very large touch of Halo on the Covenant ships. So a living organism ship that is tinged in black and purple, and you're inside it.
And I think add some like space horror elements to that too, as well.
Oh, that's absolutely. The Flood are terrifying.
Yeah, exactly. You've got some like a bunch of destroyed stuff everywhere. You have blood and guts all over the place. And instead of like the Flood or the Covenant, there are these weird, like amorphous purple blobule things that are going everywhere that are horrifying. So that's like the scene. Colby, Nick, what else does this look like? Like, what else is here that is disturbing to y'all? I guess Jacob, you can also put into it as well.
For Ajax, it's just a black and white 8-bit hellscape. He doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like Minecraft,
Ajax
but
is
in black
suddenly
and white.
living in a 2-dimensional plane. He's like,
yep. He's not sure what to do. It's a side-scroll 8-bit adventure for Ajax.
No.
Oh man, that's horrifying.
And he's not
that's
happy.
giving me.
yeah, you just sort of broke my brain.
That's giving me, Zachary, the DM, the real person, like a mini existential crisis right now. It's very strange.
Okay, we'll save it for Friday, but we have to talk about Flatland, a 2-dimensional adventure.
Yeah,
I was thinking of Undertale.
Yeah, we can talk. Yeah. So Goose. How is this presenting to Goose?
Classic Star Trek First Generation. Just super bad effects. Whatever monster we see, it's like got strings going off camera.
Styrofoam walls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the inside of the ship looks like a Covenant ship, but it's all rough, sprayed concrete and styrofoam.
Yeah, and Ajax is just seeing it as like two-dimensional and everything.
And,
and then of course
alien like things are very clearly just people with a couple of prosthetics on.
Yeah, it's like Doctor Who level, like old Doctor Who level costumes, like these crazy things that you can literally see what they made the costume out of, and like the strings in it. That's fantastic. So I think. Well, go ahead.
I think Tyke has a little bit more bearings than he did last time he was here. So they don't look like just amorphous purple blobs that can do whatever. They're more like zombies.
Ooh, okay.
That are like invading the city.
Yeah.
But I'm going to try this because he does have more awareness of what's going on. It's like he makes a like purple ethereal like shotgun kind of materialize in his hands.
Okay.
Like
sure. Cool.
All right.
Is that his
I dig it. I dig it. Yeah.
Wait, is this the Triumph or?
Sure. We can make that the Triumph. I think that makes sense as a Triumph. You have a cool ethereal like tech. Electronic shotgun. Like that you have,
like zombie punk, punk. Yeah, it's like
zombie
a futuristic zombie
Okay.
killing shotgun. Yes.
Okay, I dig that. Okay, so Tyke, what you see, you close your eyes. There's a flash of light. You pop into this place. This is very, very normal to you. And the other 4 people next to you, they are just standing there, like convulsing, like freaking out. You can see their eyes are super wide and they're like shaking. And you can see like these weird like flashes of light in their eyes, and they just like stand there doing nothing for like a good solid minute. What do you do?
Wait.
What do you do?
Goose, Carl, Ajax, and Fitz. They are with you in this cityscape. They look like they normally do. You are standing there. You see these like weird zombie purple things. This is a little bit different. Like you're in a different district, like a neighborhood style district or whatever of the cityscape. And the other 4 people appear next to you, and they are just like seizing. Basically, they're standing there.
Like
and
I did it wrong.
No, I mean, not really. Like you were everything worked. It's just they are reacting to this very badly. They're just like seizing. They're just standing there doing nothing at the moment.
Okay, well, I'm gonna try to like probe their minds, like like the passive ability, like so I can see like what they're thinking.
Yeah. So you pull open the thought gates, and I think it's just a lot of screaming and yelling, and you sort of like get the sense that they're going through these like weird like color tunnel things, and it's just like really overwhelming, and they're like blasting through this weird like wormhole looking thing, and it is really overwhelming. And then all of a sudden they just all like there's like this weird popping sound, and they all just like shock into their bodies. And now the three of the four of them are now seeing this like spaceship thing. And Ajax seeing it in 2D, and everything's, this weird like horrorscape for you guys. But obviously, Tyke, you're doing this, so now they are just like looking around with like utter and complete horror in their eyes. So what is all y'all doing? And obviously, for the rest of you, you can see each other here, including Tyke. But it's like it's weird. It's like a strange representation of each other.
I'm just picturing all of you as little 8-bit, two-dimensional people, kind of like old school Zelda. There's walls, but they're just really dotted lines.
Oh, I was picturing like over. E.T. like Atari.
Yeah, keep in mind, like Mario on the NES is 16-bit, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
so
it's like
Pong.
Yeah, it's like Pong, like old Atari games. What is the snake pit
worse.
one? What is the one where you're the dude and you got to like jump over the snake pit. And the crocodile?
Or fall?
Yeah, pit. Yeah, it's like pit. Yeah,
pitfall.
Yeah, pitfall. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm imagining it like pitfall. It's really uncomfortable. So yeah, you guys are
8-bit tail between his legs.
Yeah, you guys are in this weird hellscape. Tyke, this is at this point, this is old hat to you. What is everybody doing? What's going on? What's your plan?
We're here to fight the purple stuff?
Ostensibly.
Question mark?
In the movies, they never really explain that stuff. They just assume everyone knows what's going on.
I did not do this. I gave you guys a problem. I did not do this. So you guys have to deal. You have to lay in the bed that you have made. All right. What are you doing? What is going on?
How is this purple energy represented in my 8-bit hellscape?
Well,
I
think I'm gonna have to enter into each of their spaces and be like, "Hey, like."
Yeah, I think
are you gonna do the vision thing?
Because they can perceive you, Tyke. Like you guys can communicate. You're effectively right next to each other. They are just seeing things in a different way. Like don't think of it as you guys being in a different place. They're just seeing it differently.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say whatever you're also. Ajax can speak like perfect English. If I have to choose between the shotgun or Ajax just being able to speak in my like made up computer world, I will use the Triumph so Ajax can just talk normal.
The shotgun has no mechanical benefits. It's just basically
aesthetics.
Yeah, it's just aesthetics. But Ajax can speak perfect English. It just sounds 8-bit. Yeah.
Yes.
It just comes out as like an 8-bit. Yeah. Okay.
And Ajax can understand us.
Yes, and Ajax can understand you. Also, so the purple things, it's kind of different for everybody, but like I'm guessing for like the like spaceship aesthetic, you're looking at these like weird, crazy alien creatures that are like amorphous and like predator style or alien style or something. Xenomorph. Pick your poison. It can even be different for everybody. I think with Ajax, they kind of just look like big purple like 8-bit blobs. Maybe they're sort of stylized to look like some kind of monster, maybe like cats, I don't know,
or
they look like Blinky
octopus, like Pac-Man monsters.
The Pac-Man
ghosts. Yeah, the Pac-Man ghosts. That's perfect. Yeah, and then obviously to Tyke, they were these like big purple blobs with like spikes coming off of them, but now they've like sort of like reformed into like these weird little like tech zombie things.
Also, being completely honest, zombies is like this weird, like, scary thing for me in real life.
Okay.
But anyway,
They terrify me too. Yeah.
So
just
going to
thought
the
of
mall
it. Yeah,
sucks for you, right? Okay.
I don't like malls in general. Yeah.
Mhm. So is there? I'm looking at Tyke. Is there a mother brain that we have to shoot, or what?
Yeah, it's your show, man. You have to tell us what we're doing
This
here.
is about as far as I've ever gotten with this purple stuff.
Translate.
know
This is
it's-
as far as I thought. Like this is as
Yeah.
far as I thought ahead.
This
This was the end of my
Honestly, I
plan.
didn't think I would get this far.
I don't. Yeah, I didn't really expect it to work, and I didn't realize it would look like this. You
Can
know,
we go
different.
bye-bye?
For all
I
of
don't
us.
like it here.
Yeah, but like this is where the purple is.
Yeah, and I don't like the purple. The purple's dangerous. Didn't you guys listen to me when I told you the purple was dangerous? The purple is danger.
Oh, yeah.
Purple's bad. Ajax
Okay.
is a good boy.
Yep. Calm down. You are a good boy. Hey, do you smell a lot of the purple in any one particular direction?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Do I, Zach?
Let's have you roll a perception check.
Sure. How hard?
He's got little 2-dimensional arrows to tell him what direction to go in the game.
Oh man,
Yeah.
you guys have really
Yep.
made this difficult for me.
Also, heightened awareness. If I'm engaged with you, you get 2 more blue.
Yeah, you'll get 2 blue on
Hey.
this. It's gonna be a little hard, but not very hard. I mean, since you've smelled it, I'll put it at average. But you're in a hellscape, so I'm upgrading it. Gosh, I'm just gonna upgrade it twice. So 2 reds and the 2 extra blues for Colby's, Goose's.
Little sound for y'all.
Is gonna be
Give Colby's
in the one direction that his 2-dimensional view does not go.
I mean, oh yeah, it'll be like up or down or whatever, or it'll be like to the side. And it'll be like, I don't know. It's just they're on top of us, I guess.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be really weird if he could only see 2 dimensions but could travel through time like at will? So like
I don't know how that would work.
like he can't
that'd
get
be-
there because it's on a 3-dimensional plane, but he could travel to the time where he would be there. So
Yeah, that would be weird, and I don't even know how we would do it.
yeah.
So I'm gonna pretend you didn't see.
Okay.
So
I mean,
would you-
obviously to Ajax, it's gonna be to the right. Like it has to be to the right, right? Like we already know
Oh.
that it's that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I failed, but I've got 5 advantages.
Okay, so here's the thing. Ajax can kind of pinpoint where it is, but has no like because you're in this weird 2D landscape, that the pinpointing of that has no translation whatsoever to like to where that's going. You can't lead them, you can't get there. Like it is literally like it might as well be like it is like you kind of know which way, but it's like in a 3-dimensional space and you have no way to figure out how to go that direction. Advantages though. What do you guys think? That's a lot of advantages.
It is.
Yeah, 5.
Can Clippy pop up or?
Or
Yeah, where's
maybe,
Hank Hill?
Yeah.
Such
yeah, we
our
didn't bring
Hill.
Dan in. Maybe even if the direction that he's picking up on isn't exactly the right direction, it's like sort of in the right direction.
I think because that would be kind of against the spirit of it, because it's like he failed at being able to pinpoint it, being able to figure
Right,
out the direction to go.
It's
But there is
everywhere, and it's dangerous, and it's bad, and I don't like it.
yeah. I think but something else, something either slightly related or something completely not related is advantageous about that.
There
He
is.
smells something else. Something that would be advantageous. Maybe like
I'm saying maybe there's like a car sitting on the sidewalk that for some reason sticks out like it's not supposed to be there.
Okay.
Oh, I was
Okay.
thinking like a hot dog cart, but okay.
Smells some. I really like
Well,
the idea.
it might
smells,
look different to all of us,
Mhm.
but I think we're getting at some kind of transportation mechanism.
Okay, so I like the transportation mechanism, and I think there's something else. This is so good. I cannot pass this up. I'm gonna actually. I think I'm gonna use a card here. Oh yes, definitely. I'm gonna use our present lovers attraction choice love romance connection. There is another smell that is extremely faint. But there's another smell here that is decidedly human. It is the only thing here that isn't you guys that smells decidedly human. There is someone else here that is human. Ajax knows this now.
Is it someone Ajax knows?
No, it is definitely not somebody he knows. Yeah. I will say there is something kind of familiar about the smell, but I don't think Ajax can place it. I guess it kind of in some ways. Let's see. Why don't you? What's Ajax's intellect?
2.
Okay, roll me a straight intellect.
1 higher than
2
Goose.
purple. Cool.
So 2 purple. 2
yeah, 2 purple. Yeah. See you later, kid. Thanks for coming by. Enjoy.
That is a success with 1 threat.
Okay, very cool. There is something about it that reminds you of 2 people. I'm going to let you choose the person that is scary, somebody that is a source of fear. I'll let Ajax roughly choose that. But then the other person that it just ever so slightly reminds you of is Goose.
Goose. And someone that is scary.
Yeah.
It's the mailman.
Oh, that's really good. Yeah. Yes. It vaguely reminds Ajax of both a mailman and Goose. But only vaguely. That's like 10%.
Goose is a mailman and he's here.
What?
With abject terror in my voice. Goose is a mailman and he's here.
I look to make sure I don't have a male person uniform on.
Yeah,
you super
Carl
don't.
Definitely
And also
looks at Goose as well.
Yeah, you super don't. And also I think Ajax is like looking like kind of horrified in a direction that is nowhere near where Goose is.
He's that way. Point.
Well, why don't we go talk to this male person, Goose?
That's not Goose. Because Goose is right here. Next to us.
It's like Goose, but it's not Goose. It's like Goose, but it's a mailman, but it's not Goose, but it's not a mailman.
It might be the mailman.
Yeah.
Pretending to be Goose. I'm not sure.
We should go stop him, shouldn't we, Ajax?
Yes, this isn't his house.
Mm-hmm.
And then, again, there is some mode of transport that you guys find right in front of you. I am interested in what that looks like for everybody.
I think it's
for me is a hover car that actually looks modern special effects.
Okay.
What makes it stand out.
Cool. Yeah. Dig that. High budget CGI hover car for Goose.
Mine is the 1984 F1 race car that's 8-bit. It can only move side to side as the track moves under it.
like the pole position. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's
like extra long so it can fit everybody in there. It's a dolphin. That's okay. All right. And then I think Tyke it's just Centaur Hank Hill. I think it has to be Centaur Hank Hill. But he's like extra long, so like everybody can fit on him.
Like limousine.
Yeah. Okay.
Limousine. He's like a limousine centaur camel.
Wait a minute, is it? I was gonna say, is it Centipede humps? Hank Hill?
No. He still only got what?
Multiple legs to carry multiple passengers.
No.
Guys, did we take acid before this episode? I'm confused.
You took us into an ethereal landscape of somebody else's mind and technology mixed. Good luck.
I did not.
Yes,
I do not take responsibility. I did not. That is that one's fault. I had other plans for how this would.
That's totally my idea.
I had other plans for how you would deal with this.
Although I will state, I'm a little shocked that it was allowed to happen.
That's a triumph.
I mean, I can't if I haven't stopped you now, where am I going to stop you? Someday we're going to find where the line is, and it's going to be very surprising, I'm sure.
Well,
it's going to be like
the mech was the line.
You tried that earlier with Dan, just saying, no, I don't know what's happening.
Yep.
And then we just rounded around that and ran
Yep.
right into the end zone from the side.
And went into the Cyberverse. Okay. Yes. So immediately, also, you guys are getting into this transport, I assume. You can decide where you want to go at this point, but you also notice that unlike when you were dealing with them last time, these purple things do not seem at all interested in chasing you. They are preoccupied with doing like whatever they're doing. They're doing stuff. And they seem completely and totally uninterested in you at the moment.
So, Tyke, where technically are we?
I don't actually know. I think we're inside the servers.
Because if we are technically somewhere, we could go and do something about what's happening.
Right.
Yeah,
that's why you brought us here,
what
right?
Is this?
Yes.
Yeah, are those things bad? And I point out.
Yes. I think so.
This is my own personal hell.
So
that's what it is. I'm hallucinating.
You're all going to be shocked. But you know, all those times that I like sort of passed out and did weird computer stuff. This is basically what I've been doing this whole time.
That makes total sense.
I just thought you liked to nap.
Really know. I've never really known how it works. I just sort of make stuff happen. Although I have noticed with these purple things, I can't make as much stuff happen.
So this is your interpretation of the inside of a computer.
Well,
I'm pretty sure I'm dreaming.
I'm pretty sure what we're seeing is actually each of our interpretation of the inside of a computer.
Whatever, nerd. I rolled down the window on the car, and I don't know what it looks like to the rest of you.
Yeah, no, none of it's real. Sorry, Ajax, I don't have any snacks in this unreal. Actually, you know what? This is a dream, so I can just make snacks. And he's gonna hold out his hand.
Actually, for all I know, Fitz can do all sorts of crazy crap here. Like that would actually make a lot of sense.
The power of the mind.
Technically, there, Fitz, I don't know that this is a dream. If this is Tyke's interpretation of how he controls computers, then we might actually be in the server room.
Oh yeah, these things can hurt you.
Snacks appear. They are Ajax's favorite snacks, except that they are not made out of like meat or whatever. They're made out of tofu for whatever reason, and they just like appear in his hand. And he like tosses them to Ajax, and he starts walking in a direction.
I can accept this only for the fact that I've seen Tyke surrounded in this purple when he was just previous to being ejected from the magic room we were combating the horrors in.
Normally they make me sit for snacks, but it's okay. And I'll walk over and like lick up the tofu biscuits. They're okay.
Yeah, they're okay.
Don't taste right.
Yeah.
Wait, how does Fitz see this again?
Basically the same as y'all. Like weird alien spaceship thing. At least as far as you know. You're not 100% sure, but probably this. He's reacting very similar to you, except he apparently now thinks this is a dream and it's not real.
Okay, so Fitz, if this was the inside of a computer, where would you go to find the file we're looking for? Because we only have one file we're looking for. There's no need to search and kill all of this stuff. We don't have to combat all the people, just one specific area.
Look, Dream Carl.
We should go to Goose's house.
Why not? Sure, let's go to Dream Goose's house.
We should go to Goose's. Okay, so I think
great.
we should go to Goose's house, or we go to the capital of IS Corp.
You know what? You know what?
Goose's
Dream
house
Tyke
getting a package delivered. Is that what the mailman is?
No, hold on. Dream Tyke, this is perfect. It's dream logic. We'll just go to Goose's house. That is also the capital. It's the same thing. Dream logic. Let's go. And he starts walking.
Okay,
get on the dolphin, Fitz. It'll be faster.
That is basically how this works. And yeah, Yeah, everyone get on Centaur Hank Hill and we'll ride there.
I think I'm gonna hit up this hover car and I go get on the
I've
dolphin
never been allowed
/
to
centaur.
drive before, and Ajax puts his hands on the steering wheel.
Yeah.
How do I make it go?
So Ajax is in the front, and all of you see this differently. And Fitz is like, "Yeah, great, this makes sense. It looks like a jet engine to me, but it sounds good." He hops on it.
Right,
and yeah,
like you stole it.
I guess you guys are going to Goose's house that is also the capital. Who wants to like navigate, quote unquote, for me?
I think we say all that gibberish to each other, but what we all see is each of us like get in our respective perception of this travel thing and start going off to Goose's house.
Let's I want to wrap up on you guys arriving.
Okay.
So somebody roll me let's call it streetwise.
Ooh. I haven't looked at that.
I have one rank in that.
I'm pretty sure Goose is the monster on that.
Yeah, essentially a group roll also. And you can also... Yeah, go ahead.
I got 4 counting, but I don't have any ranks in streetwise.
Okay, so I have 1 rank in streetwise.
Okay, so do 1 yellow, 3 greens against 2 red.
Okay.
Should be a walk in the park.
I will simulate the noises for you, Jacob.
Maybe. Okay.
And then and once you finish rolling, pull me a new tarot card also. I don't know what that is.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
Fitz in his denial of the...
Okay, so what I got is 1 failure with 4 advantages.
Okay,
We
cool.
got lost.
Cool. I'm not gonna take it as that. This is more of a... This is kind of one of those weird between rolls because it really doesn't have to do with whether or not you guys get there or not. It's like how good is it that you got there, or like the way that you got there, how good is that? That's also why I'm having you pull it
with a tarot card / story point. Could I do my lucky break
Roll
talent
again.
once per session? Spend a story point to re-roll any failed check to re-roll it and add a blue die.
Let's find out what the tarot card that Jacob is pulling now is first. Because it might be really fitting that you guys are failing this.
That's fair.
We'll see.
Okay, so the card I drew was Queen of Pentacles. And it's a generous woman, liberality, greatness of soul, generosity.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm not gonna let you do that, Goose, because the fact that you guys are failing is just too good with that card.
Oh yeah.
So you guys are going to approach, I guess, what looks like Goose's house. Goose's old classic house that we've seen in a couple of flashbacks. But also it has like these weird trappings of being like the capital building of the city for whatever reason. Again, dream logic, because that's how we're doing things for the moment. And it is just surrounded by these rings of these purple tech zombie punk zombies. And you see as you approach them, for whatever reason, halfway through the transport, the Centaur Hank Hill hovercraft, everything, you start like flying up, and then you come down on this thing, and you see these concentric rings of these zombie punk things, the purple zombie punk zombies, like sort of protecting this thing, and they all seem to be like moving and ambulating and doing stuff, but you don't know exactly what's going on. And in the center on top of the house, you see a figure, sort of just like chilling, like leaning, like sitting on the eaves or whatever, and just like legs crossed and like looking up. And at the moment when you approach them, they look very familiar because they seem to have the appearance of Goose's wife. And that is where we're going to cut for tonight.
Okay.
It's the mailman Goose.
Can I add one thing, and that for the rest of us, except Ajax, because it's all black and white, the house itself is the only thing we all see as black and white.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh,
yes,
it should be colored Ajax.
Yes, so you guys are coming down.
Breaks his brain.
Yeah, so you guys are coming down, you see these concentric rings, and everything looks as it does, except there is the perfect replication of Goose's house in the center. But it is all like monochrome. It is all black and white, and sitting on top of it, also in monochrome, seems to be in a flowery dress, seems to be Goose's wife. And that is where we're going to cut for tonight. We'll pick up again next week.
All right.
Huzzah.
All right. Favorite moments. What are your favorite moments?
Dan completely giving up and just
I'm going to call that right there.
Dreamscape.
I do really like when Fitz tried to one-up me with the like translating dog talk.
Yeah.
That was pretty on target for the relationship. Yeah.
It felt good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was delicious.
I just love Dan
one-up
completely
Tyke,
giving up and just basically screaming at all of us. I got nothing. I'm done.
I can every time. Look, okay, here's the deal. You learn to expect the unexpected as a DM, and like be prepared for like shenanigans.
And then there's Colby and Jacob.
And then there's Colby and Jacob. You just can't. You just can't. There's no world under which I would have been like, okay, Tyke is going to try and bring them into the thing, maybe. Or, I should allow for that. There's no world under which I could have been prepared for that. It's just... It's just impossible. So that is my favorite moment. Just I had a plan. Like it's not that I had a plan. I created a problem. I had a rough idea of the scope that those solutions might entail, like them messing around with these bands, doing some magic, trying to figure stuff out, get to the server. They do the server thing, all of that stuff. That's not what happened. They went inside a cyberverse, and now everything's different. I've changed everything. We were on a. It's like we were trying to go to the moon. Or like at the start of this episode,
a real life box covered in purple plasma. No, we're going to go inside the box.
Yeah,
great.
Yeah. We were going to the moon at the beginning of this, and now we're pointed to freaking Jupiter or Pluto or some bullshit. The like there's no similarities. It's just it's beautiful. It's frustrating, and it's the only reason to play tabletop games is to have yourself surprised. That was a fantastic moment. Thank you.
I want to change my moment from the description you gave of that destination, as beautiful as it was, to Jacob giving up the shotgun. So Ajax
so quickly. So Ajax can spin just the immediate 180. Oh, I want this shotgun. It's so great. Wait, no, Ajax can talk. Ajax can talk. Yes, that was really good. That 180 was fantastic. Oh boy.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like Fitz just cracking and being like, "Yep, this is Dream Ajax, and that's why Ajax can talk."
Oh yeah,
and Dream Goose, because this makes sense.
Also,
let's go to Goose's house.
Yeah, I really like that. That makes so much sense considering how Fitz is so begrudgingly accepted that Tyke can do anything.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite tropes is like a character who's just like the latest example would be like Chidi in The Good Place when he gets all his memories back, and he's just like, yeah, all right, we're doing this. Just when a character like all of a sudden they just like something happens and they lose all conceit and whatever, and they're just like, all right, I'm going with it. Like a really nervous character who is like really stressed out all the time, and then just suddenly something happens. They're like, whatever. All right, fine, cool. Things are going. So I was really interested to explore that with Fitz. Gave me the perfect opportunity. That was fun. So all right, let's send it over to Colby then. Do we have any plugs this week?
Yes, we do. So I think the most recent plug for us is going to be the Will of the Dice. Want to plug them? Check them out. They're a live play D&D podcast. And the world's okayest DM seems like a really cool guy. He gave us a shout out on Twitter, so thank you for that. We also have our friend Snyder's Return. They do a combination live play and just generally talk to people about TTRPGs. They're over in Europe, so check them out. Broaden your horizons, I suppose. And then Jacob and I also have the Ace of Clubs podcast. Episode 3 will probably drop before this is released as a podcast, so it's going to be over 1984. Keep an eye out for that. And,
Cool.
Yeah, I think that's everything.
All y'all are instrumental in us having now gotten to affiliate, so I really appreciate it. Snyder's Return for promoting us every once in a while, everybody on Twitter, all that stuff. Jacob, for those of you who have not followed or subscribed, where can they do that?
Yeah, so you can find us at RPGs Anonymous on Podiant for all your podcast stuff. Of course, we're here on Twitch, RPGs Anonymous. Also, you can check us out on YouTube and catch us on Twitter at RPGs Anonymous 1. And absolutely join the Discord. We talk and share funny memes and stuff like that. And it is very humorous and much joyous laughter is had.
And a link to Momo's Instagram.
And true, a link to Momo's Instagram. Very, very, yeah, all of that stuff. So, Aaron, why don't you shout out, get us into the shout outs?
Yeah, our shout outs. Absolutely. As we mentioned, affiliate status was given to us by folks who, very graciously joined us. When we reach 75 followers, we're going to get 3 bonus episodes that we previously recorded. Some backstory for you, some really fun stuff that you want to catch. So tell your friends, come check us out. Those people that got us to affiliate just recently, our latest followers, the Juicy Boys, Joshiko, Princess Natasha X, Renly 42121. I'm sure that number goes some direction that I just totally slarged it on. And Ignaticarp. You guys, thanks a lot for the push, and we're looking forward to entertaining you next time.
Yeah, and soon, hopefully, when we start getting positive reviews on iTunes and stuff like that, we would like to start doing some of these in character or have customized shout-out messages, that kind of thing. So if you do leave us a review, look for that. We'll do those as soon as we get them. Or, if you just want us to shout you out, give us a ring. You can send us an email at rpgsanonymous@gmail.com. That's a thing. We also, every Friday, we do nerdy chats at somebody tell me the time. Let me say 7 p.m. EST. Was that right?
Yes.
I think that's right. That's very cool.
I think that's the first time you've gotten it.
I think that's the first time. Yeah, and obviously
it's
our main
of the hour
here,
change.
It must be, yeah. Yeah, so join us then for Nerdy Chat. We just kind of sit and talk about everything. Last week we went really, really hard against cryptocurrency because we're all mad about it. Well, mostly just Jacob, actually.
No, we're not mad about cryptocurrency. We're mad about the fact that it's ruining our chances to buy a new GPU.
Yes, that's the thing.
Actually,
I
am mad about cryptocurrency. I'm mad about the GPU part too, but cryptocurrency too, I'm also mad about.
Yes. Jacob has a more... Yeah.
Actually, crypto mining.
Crypto
whatever.
mining. Okay.
Anyway, I have a nuanced
Join us
take
for next
on
Nerdy
this.
Chat to learn more.
Okay.
Friday.
So if
Let's
you
save
want
this
that
for
kind
Friday.
of stuff, yeah, if you want that kind of stuff, we do a really loose, low structure chat on Fridays, 7 p.m. EST. You can also join us for the streams Monday nights, 9:15-ish p.m. Also Eastern Standard Time for the main streams, and check out our YouTube for some of our content that we do. We do shorter videos for TTRPG related. Some more of those should be coming out maybe by the time this is out, so check that out. We also are really active on Twitter, trying to get all sorts of stuff going, so check us out in all those places. And does anybody have anything else?
No.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. So I guess then we will see y'all in the multiverse.
Deuces.
Yeah.